a tin frame. I want you to notice about how many spots you see on the top. Take a second. How many spots do you see on the top? On my snap, tell me how many? 5. Awesome. Now we have 5 on the top. How many do you think are on the bottom? On my snap, 5. So I know that 5 and 5 make 10. Perfect. Now I want you guys to remember that when you remember our 5 groups, it makes counting a lot faster, and we want to be really fast mathematicians. All right, so we're going to switch over to Miss Thrasher's document camera over here so that we can figure out how many groups of 10 I have. We're going to figure out each of these bags. Perfect. So first we're going to start with, let's start with our linking cubes. So I want you guys to count with me as I fill them in our egg carton. Let's make sure it focuses, send it some shine. Perfect. All right, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We already have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We found our first group of 10. We have 5 on top and 5 on the bottom. And I know that 5 and 5 make 10. Perfect. So I want you to remember that we have 10 linking cubes. We have found our first group of 10. Woo! Thumbs up. Yes. Awesome. And I'm going to put all these back in the bag. And guess what? Even though we're moving them out of the egg crate and into the bag, we still have how many blue cubes? 10. So no matter what they look like, whether they're in the egg crate or they're in the bag, we know that we have 10 linking cubes. So even if I mix them up like this, how many do we have, friends? 10, definitely. And when I put them all in the egg crate, how many did we have? 10. Yep. So when you count 10, no matter which way, if I throw them out, we still have 10. Perfect. So we found our first group of 10 with our linking cubes. Let's try another one. Let's try our quarters. Everyone say money, money, money. Now let's see, we're going to use our egg crate again. And how many spots are on the top? 5. Yep. So let's see. 1, count with me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't have any more. Did we have a group of 10, friends? No, I don't see 10. We had 8. Now we can think, just like our fluency, how many more do we need to make 10? How many more quarters do we need to make 10? Tell me on my snap. 2. So 8 and 2 more would make 10, but we don't have 2 more. So do we have 10 quarters? No, we don't have 10 quarters because we still have these 2 spaces left on our tin frame. So let's remember that when we're thinking about our bags, that we did not find a group of 10 with our quarters. But what did we already count that we found 10? Our linking cubes, definitely. I want to make sure I hear you answering those questions, guys. So we know, we remember from our cubes that no matter how our group of 10 looks, it is still 10 if we count it to 10. All right, now we are going to count one of Miss Thrasher's favorite snacks. Who can remember? Almonds. Perfect. So we're going to count, and remember, we are trying to find a group of 10. And we know that if our egg crate is filled up with 5 and 5, we have 10. So remember, we use those 5 groups to help us count really fast. All right, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have our first 5 group. Let's keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We found a group of 10 almonds. We have our other group of 10. So even if I put all these almonds back in the bag, how many are we still going to have? 10. So even if I dump them out on a pile like this, how many do we have? 10. What if I move them into kind of a line? How many? 10. So no matter how they look, whether they're messy, whether they're in our egg crate, we still have 10. That number does not change. All right, I'm gonna put them back in our bag. I want you thinking about the other group that we found 10 because I'm gonna ask you later. Let's get our egg crate back. Let's count our counting bears. Remember, I want us to see if we can find a group of 10. And remember, each of these is 1. So instead of calling them bears, we can call them ones. So we have 1, 2, 3. So here we have 3 ones because this is 1, 1, and 1. So we have 1, 1, and 1. So 3 ones. 3 ones, 4 ones, 5 ones, 6 ones. We didn't find a group of 10 ones. We only found 6. Remember, we don't need to count this row again because we know that it's a 5 group, so it's 5. 5, 6. Perfect. I want you to take a second. I want you to tell me how many more do we need to make 10? On my snap. 4. So we know that 6 and 4 is 10, but we wanted to be detectives and find 10, and we didn't find 10 with these bears. So we're gonna try another one. Hopefully Miss Thrasher can dump them out quick. And the last thing, keeps your breath super minty fresh that we want to count is our gum. Remember, we are looking to find a group of 10. And when we can find 10 really easy, it's gonna help us count bigger numbers. So it's really important to find our groups of 10. All right, count with me, friends. 1, 2, 3, make sure you're counting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yay! Everyone clap for yourself. We have found our last group of 10. And I know that it's 10 because we have 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom. And when our egg crate or our tin frame is filled up, it's a super easy way to realize that we have 10. Now I want you to think what we talked about earlier. Even if I dump them out on my table and I put them in a pile, how many pieces of gum do I have? 10. Perfect. So no matter what it looks like, we still have 10. It's really important because on your problem set, you're not going to be able to touch them. I mean, you're going to be able to touch them, but you're not going to be able to move them around. So thinking about how you're going to be able to show 10 with a pencil, you might take your pencil and you might draw a big circle around that group of 10 because you're going to have to show me how you found 10. And remember, when we find 10, it makes counting a lot faster. And that is the goal. So let's see if you can come back to me. Hey friends, you guys did an awesome job helping me find my favorite number, 10. Great. So now I need us to look back at our bags and remember which groups of 10 that we found. So was this 10? No, that wasn't one of our groups. Was this 10? Yep, so we have one group of 10. Were our quarters 10? No, and we only want to find groups of 10. Did we have 10 almonds? Yes, we did. Awesome. So we have one group of 10, two groups of 10, and last, how many pieces of gum did we have, everyone? 10. So we have 3 groups of 10. We have our group of gum, one group of 10, 2 groups of 10, and this is our third group of 10 because we found 3 bags that had 10. Now, if we can look back again at our bags, I'm just going to tilt you down. So we had our cubes, almonds, gum, quarters, and counting bears. I want you to think which one, oh my goodness, say, Miss Thrasher, you are so messy. Why didn't I figure this out? So I want you to think about these bags. We had a bag of 10, 10, and 10. Now, I want you to tell me which group, how many groups did not have 10? On my snap, tell me how many groups. 2. One group did not have 10. 2 groups did not have 10. Awesome. So now going forward, I want you to think of how you are a super math detective and you can find 10. When we find 10, it makes counting really, really fast. And you can use your 5 group to know that you don't need to count this again. You have 5. Everybody knows that when you have 5 on the top, that's 5. And you don't need to count it again. That's a waste of time. Mathematicians want to work really, really quickly with their counting. So I'm just going to have us look at our problem set really quickly so that you guys know what to do when you go back to do your own work of finding 10. Now I want you to remember the purpose today, that you learned that we can quickly find a group of 10 ones, and that you can use your 5 group to help you quickly find 10. All right, y'all didn't tell me Miss Joshua was up here crazy. Okay, babies, let's get to our problem set super quick. Perfect. So I want you to think here of how you are going to show me 10 ones. So even though these are on paper, you're still thinking, I need to count to 10. And I want to find that group of 10 ones. And then if I find 10, I'm going to put a circle around it. So remember your strategies. You can cross off as you count. And this kind of looks like 5 groups. So this one might be pretty easy. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember your strategy of crossing off as you count. So I found a group of 10. So I'm going to put a big circle around this group of 10. Awesome. So I want you thinking, even if you get to a messy pile, count really, really carefully. Okay, so I did the first one for you. And then at the bottom, it asks, how many times did you count 10 ones? So then you're going to look back and you're going to find your groups of 10, just like we did with our bags. We found 10, 10, and 10. So 1, 2, 3. I found 3 groups of 10. You're going to have to do the same with your problem set. All right, honeys, while you are getting to work today, I want you thinking as a math detective who is working to be super sneaky, finding and counting the number 10. Awesome. See you guys tomorrow for lesson 2. Great work. See you tomorrow for lesson 2.